Guys, please wait. I'm not speaking. Okay. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Last class we have completed data types chapter. As part of data types, we have discussed how to create, how to, okay, what are the different data types available in Java we learn, and what is the purpose of each data type we have learned. And also we discussed difference between Java data types and C data types also we have learned. And also we discussed, okay, when to use int, when to use long, when to use double, when to use char, when to use what you call boolean, when to use a string also we discussed. And if you remember, we also learn why we have additional data types like what you call short, byte, short, and float for storing data types also we discussed. And we discussed, okay, as part of our regular programming, we don't use what you call byte short data types, okay, and floaty data types we don't use in the regular programming. In regular programming, we will use int for storing regular integers, long for storing large numbers, floating point numbers to store double, we will use VLAN. And what the purpose of other data types and everything, we have already learned. That's good. Okay, then next. And also we have learned, how to, what is the problem with primitive data type variables and how to solve that problem by using arrays also we learn. And then following by, we also learn what is the problem of array, what is the problem of array, and how the problem is solved by using class we learn. Also we discussed why class is called user defined data type, right? Why class is called user defined data type also we have discussed. And then next, also we learn how to create our own user defined data type using class keyword for storing different type of values also we learn. And also I taught you how to create real world objects in the programming world. Okay, what is class, what is object, what is instance, and the procedure to create real world object in the programming world, we have learned everything clearly. So with this knowledge, now I am moving to the next topic, that is reading runtime values from keyboard. Whenever we define a variable, we need to store value in that variable. Then there are two ways of storing values in the variable. Number one, hard coded way. Number two, soft coded way. Hard coded way means, okay, now let me take one small example, you will understand it. Look at here, I define a class called addition. In this addition class main method, we have three variables I created, A, B, C. Tell me what is the C value? C value is dynamic. It depending on C value is dynamic. It is depending on depending on the expression result we are going to get value. Okay. All are getting my voice? All are getting my voice? Yeah. So now here, if you observe this program in class addition, I have two variables I created AB. Now this AB variable value is what? Fixed. In the program development time, I have assigned value 1020 here. Then I run this addition class 100 times. All 100 times the addition program executed with value 10 and 20 only. First time I execute, second time I execute, third time execute, any number of times execute, it is always execute with the value 10 and 20 only. Let me show you that point so that you will get to understand more. Okay, look at there. I define the program. So class addition main method, int a equal to some value 10 and int b equal to 20, int c equal to a plus b result, right? So repeating once again, we are trying to understand the chapter called reading runtime values. Okay, reading RRV means reading runtime values in Java. In every language, we have reading runtime values from the keyboard dynamic values. Java also supporting how to read values from keyboard dynamically. Okay, how many, once you create variables, we can assign the values to these variables. We can store value in this variable two ways. Number one, hard coded way. Number two, soft coded way. Hard coded way and dynamic way, static way, dynamic way. So first I wanted to teach you, okay, this is our regular programming until last chapter we are doing. So int a equal to 10, int b equal to 20 we have assigned, int c equal to a plus b. C value is always a dynamic. C value we cannot decide based on a value, b value, its value changing. But now a value always 10, b value always 20, because at the time of developing this program, I have specified value in the program. Okay, save it, go to command prompt. I'm open command prompt. I want run from command prompt. Open command prompt, clear screen. I am hiding this entire path. Okay, I'm hiding this entire path RRV colon. I wanted to show you this. RRV means reading runtime values from the keyboard. Okay, then now here I am trying to execute this class. Okay, let me keep all these things side by side so that you can see what is happening background in the folder also. Java C edition 1.java program compiled. Look at the dot class file created with the name edition 1 dot class. Now I am running Java edition 1. Any number of times I execute, again execute, again execute, again execute, again execute, again execute, again execute. Any number of times you execute, the values are coming what? 30, 30, 30, 30 only. Now I wanted to add different values. For adding different values, what you need to do? I must open this Java file. Okay, I must open this Java file again, and then I should go to the code. Int a place, whatever the values you wanted to add, that value 30 and that value 40, you need to write. Save it. Then come to command prompt, clear screen, Java C edition 1.java, compile. Again, you should recompile. Okay, and then you should execute Java edition 1. Again, you should execute. Right, now look at the result. I'm getting 70. Modified values are working, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Hey, I don't want 70, I want new values. Then what again need to do? Again, I should go to this code. Again, I should modify values. Tell me, is it a feasible, I mean, is a good approach of modifying the value every time? Come on. Is it a good approach of every time modifying the value? As a programmer, you can modify, but you are writing program not for your sake. You are writing program for end user, customer sake. For example, now I want you understand website. Okay, I'm taking some website, let's say paytm.com. Okay, I'm taking paytm.com. In paytm.com, did you observe? This is a project like our addition program. This is a project. In this project, now it is given for recharging your mobile. Then tell me, this project is asking you to enter mobile number, operator, and amount. Then it is this entire project background is working with the values you have given. It is not working with the values hard coded, right? So now if I give my number 9010454584, are you catching my point? Then what happened? Now this number is automatically taken by this project and working for this project. If you take some other number 9866979432, okay, then it is a Airtel number, right? So it is changing, right? Are you catching my point? All right, if you take some other number 944, okay, 944 184 522, something if you take, okay, it is a BSNL number. Everybody following my point? So now time to time, what happened? Time to time, what happened? Whenever I give a new value, accordingly the program is running. So tell me, which type of application you're expecting to develop? Do you want static values program, or you want a dynamic values program? You want a hard coded values program, or you want a runtime values program? Which type of program we need to develop? We need to develop dynamic values program. Tell me, is this dynamic values program or static values program? It is a static values program, right? Because I hard coded value, I specify value. Then tell me what I need to do. Like how paytm.com reading the values from the end user from the keyboard, like how values are reading from the keyboard. Same way, our program also should read values from where? Keyboard. Should not mention the values here. So what are you learning in this chapter? In this chapter, you are learning different ways of reading values from the keyboard. In C language, you read value by using scanf. In C++, you read value by using cin, right? C in you are going to read. In Java, how can I read? Okay, that's what we are learning in this chapter. All you people got clarity? Huh? What you are learning in this chapter, need of this chapter, all you people got clarity? Now try to answer this slide, try to understand this slide now. Reading runtime values, need of this chapter. Up to now, we have developed a program or a project by hard coding values directly in the variable assignment. Hard coding means directly we specify values there. Okay, the next. Now, for example, I'm taking class addition mathematical program. Int a equal to 10, int b equal to 20, int c equal to a plus b. Now, always it adds only 10 and 20 values. If you take our real-time example, business example, yesterday program, I create a student S1 equal new student. Now I have assigned the values to the student object. Remember, S1 dot S1 equal to 101, S1 dot SName equal to HK, S1 dot course CJ, S1 dot fee 1000. Tell me, if I run this college class 1000 times, then 1000 student objects created. Who is that 1000 student object? Same student HK only. Then always it creates the student HK only, but not different students. And then tell me, the problem in this approach is the program is always executed with the same values. We cannot change those values. We cannot change those values at execution time without modifying and recompiling the code. As a customer, I can do it, but as a as a programmer, I can do it. As a customer, as a end user, he cannot do that. Then what is the solution to this problem? Solution to this problem, we have to develop reading runtime values chapter, not tomorrow, today only we will see that. So if you got clarity, if you got need of this chapter, then I will launch this chapter. Can you please confirm? All you people comfortable? Yeah. So I'm moving to the next points. So reading runtime values from keyboard from end user. This is our chapter name. Hard coding values in the program means directly typing values in the program while developing, and having values in the dot class file while compilation time is a bad idea. Okay, right? So either in mathematical application or in business application is a bad idea, because same values will be there in always calculation time, same values there in always program development time. It is a wrong approach. What is the right approach? We must read values from the end user from the keyboard at program execution time. So in this chapter, we are learning first what is a hard-coded values and what is a hard-coded value and hard-coded application. What is runtime value and runtime values application. problems with hard-coded application and advantages with runtime values application. Next, different ways to read runtime values from the keyboard, right? From command line, from using buffer reader, using scanner, using console, using system, using AWT swing, and using Java FX. Okay, there are several approaches are there. Actually, there are two ways of reading values from the keyboard, CUI based and GUI based. Okay, so these are five approaches are CUI based, means there is no window. From the command prompt only we are reading the value, there is no window. Now this is a GUI based. Okay, this is GUI based. What is the meaning of GUI? You will have a separate window. You will get separate window. Let me give you an example here. Now open command prompt. Okay, sorry, open calculator. Then look at this calculator is not a CUI based. This calculator is GUI based. Why it is not working? Yeah, so this calculator is GUI based. Look at there, a separate window came with the buttons and checkboxes and everything. So this is what GUI based. Hope you understand. And now I will teach you both how to develop CUI based applications and how to develop GUI based application. Old style is AWT. Next to AWT, latest style is Swing. Next to Swing, now latest style is Java FX. Okay, so there are three ways of developing GUI application. We'll try to understand all approaches. Okay, then now finally, now right. So now first let us try to understand from command line arguments application, how can I do that? Okay. Look at there. First, I want to understand what is hard-coded application. You know already understood. Now, these values are called hard-coded values. 10 and 20 are called hard-coded values. And this application, this addition program is called hard-coded application. Read the definitions. The values, those are directly specified in a program. Stored in variables or for performing calculation, then those values are technically called hard-coded values. Okay, come again. The values, those are directly specified in a program. Directly specified in a program to store in variables or for performing calculations, validations, then those values are technically called hard-coded values. The application that contains values specified directly in this source code to perform validations and calculations is called hard-coded application, right? So hope you got clarity on this. These values are hard-coded values and this program is called hard-coded application. Then the hard-coded values are also called as static values. Why they are called static values? At runtime, we are not changing the values, right? At runtime, we cannot replace. I don't say change. Change is different. Replace is different. 10 to 20, I cannot do any changes. So program is continuously run with the 10 only. Okay, through program, int a equal to 10, a equal to 20, I can do that. Through program, I can do it. But from the keyboard at runtime, I cannot do any changes. That is called what? Static value. Fixed value is different. Static value is equal to 10, then is always fixed. That 10 you can read from keyboard or you can hard code. Okay, right. So static value means the value we specified in the program. Later, during execution, we cannot change the value from keyboard. Next, the hard-coded application is also called as static application because at this program execution time, we cannot change values to another values by reading values from keyboard. Okay, na? Right. So this is the basic idea about hard-coded values and hard-coded application. Hope you got clarity. The next problem with the hard-coded application. Can you try? We cannot change values at execution time. Hence, this application can be executed only with the same values specified in the program. Second, for example, consider above class addition. It will also execute with the same values 10 and 20. Next, if you want to change we must modify values in source code. Then we must recompile and execute this class. Second problem. First problem, we cannot change values at execution time. Second problem, if you want to change values, we must modify values in source code. Then we must recompile and execute this class every time. As a programmer, we can do it, but for an end user, it is very tough modifying Java code every time. Application in project, we must read and substitute end user values at runtime. Second problem, try to understand. Other biggest problem is if you develop hard-coded application. Let me give you a small idea so that you will enjoy. You know, if you take ATM machine, this is my ATM machine. Visualize. Now I entered into ATM machine to take my ATM center to withdraw some money. Now this ATM machine is hard-coded application. Let's say hard-coded software it has a. Then he has to go to backside of this ATM machine, open that some door, and there some screen is there to enter my values. I have removed that values and I entered my account number, my PIN number, and then my amount to withdraw. Then I close the door, come back and press the button here. What is always our worry? Take the money and go na. Many times we forgot our ATM card. That's why ATM machines nowadays, you know, insert card option is not there. Swipe card option is there because customers are forgetting to take the card. So then you take money on the left. Now the next customer who is there, he come to the ATM machine and just for testing, he press the button. Then what happened? Tell me. Whatever the money you specified here from your account, it will start withdraw money to all customers. Na? Then finally your account is closed, becomes zero. Now tell me, what is the problem here? Did you notice? What the problem here? Did you notice? One customer values can be used by another customer. One customer values misused by another customer. There is a chance you may forget to remove them. So in real time, hard-coded application is the most dangerous application. It is not at all recommended. So what are the three problems working with a hard-coded application? We cannot change values at execution time. Every time we must modify code, recompile, and third, one customer values may used by another customer values. Hence, it is not recommended. Then what to do? I must read values from keyboard, from end user, execute the logic with those values. After result displayed, tell me, those values still there in the program or lost? All values are lost. Again, it become empty. Then second customer is coming. Again, this program asking second customer, enter your values. Then he is entering his values and executing logic for him. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? So this is the way you need to develop. In above program, we have not specified values in the source code in development time. Hence, it can be executed with any given new values without modifying code and without misusing one customer values to another customer. Earlier, the values are stored in the program, whereas now the values are not storing in the program. Once program execution completed, the given values are destroyed. Hence, runtime values and runtime values application means what? The value that is reading from end user and substituting in a program at execution time is called runtime value. A value that reading from end user and substituting in the program, executing logic with that values is called runtime value. The application that executes logic by reading values from end user from keyboard is called runtime application. Runtime values are also called as a dynamic values. Runtime application is also called as a dynamic application. Dynamic means at runtime anything is coming, that is called dynamic. Because this application work with the user given values dynamical at execution time, this application is called dynamic application. What are the advantages of runtime or dynamic application? It can be executed with any given new values. No need to recompile for changing the values. One user values are not misplaced with other user values. It is always recommended to develop runtime application in the project. All real-time projects you are using daily or runtime application, just observe once. Hope you all got clarity on this. What is hard-coded application? What is hard-coded value, hard-coded application? What is runtime value, runtime application? What are the problems with hard-coded application? What are the advantages with runtime application? Got clarity here? Okay, now tell me, what is our target now? We need to read values from the keyboard. What the target? We need to read values from the keyboard. That is the target, right? So to read values from keyboard, how many approaches we have? Look at here. Okay, I'll come to this one later. Okay, we need to learn just 3 points here. I want to read values from the keyboard. Okay, now look at here. Let me take real example. I have developed my application that is there in the server computer somewhere in the world. In that server computer, I wanted to register students. Okay, let me take Naresh IT website for you clarity, okay? So that it will be easy for you to understand. Naresh IT website, I want to take nareshit.com. Open nareshit.com. I just wanted to develop this nareshit.com in our class. New batches, Hyderabad. Look at your registration, register for course. Can you apply this one? Look at that, register for course. This is the form open. Yeah. Look at there. This form, whatever you are seeing front end, background of this form, we have server. In that server, we have student object. Initially, with values or without values? Now, this student server object already Naresh IT website is ready, running. Now this Naresh IT website background contain one student object created because object oriented programming. Now you have given one application form here. Now in this application form you are filling first name Hari, last name Krishna. Okay. And then here email java.harikrishna@gmail.com. And then phone number 9010454584. Mode of training, online training, state Telangana, course I want selecting Java something. And then there is a button called click. The moment I click on submit button, all these values are sending to this application and storing in their respective variables. Everybody got clarity here? Now, this website is opened somewhere in the world by other student, let's say. Other student again open, let's say. Then for other student, again it is a empty application form, na? It is again, it is a empty application form. Okay. Now, for him again one new student object background created, na? Another new student object should create background, and he is entering his own values, nothing but Balai Babu values. Then another student came, Balai Babu. Then Balai Babu values are entered. Balai Babu values are entered. Balai Babu values are stored here. Now Hari Krishna, Balakrishna are the two students there in Naresh IT. Tell me, when Hari Krishna is joined in the Naresh IT Institute, ID card and receipt and ID card will be given on your name. If Balai Babu joined with Balai Babu values, receipt is generated and ID card is generated. Everybody got clarity here? So tell me, this application, this Naresh IT website application is a static application or dynamic application? It is a dynamic application. Do you want to develop this type of application in Java? Is Naresh IT website developed in which language? I don't know, least bother. But I want you to develop this project in Java. Are you ready? That is what your this chapter, okay? This chapter is meant for developing this dynamic application. Now tell me, what are the steps we need to do in developing real world object? When I run Java College, when I run this website is nothing but Java College. First step, what happen? Create student new instance. Read values from end user. Store all those values in above student instance. Read and display values from the student instance. That is our target in this project. Okay, for that, what are the steps I need to do? Creating new instance, there's no problem, you know it. Now the problem is reading values from end user. First question you need to understand, this is my program, Ravi. Okay, this is my program. Try to understand this. Open command prompt. Now this is my program. Paint. This is Paint. Assume that this is our program. Our program, class edition. Public static void main of. PSV and a public static void. Okay, shortcut I am writing. String array args. Open bracket, close bracket. Then tell me, here I have variable int a equal to, int b equal to, int c equal to a plus b. System.out.println. I am writing shortcut as OPLN. Okay, C. This is our program. Then tell me. Now my target is what? I want this edition program as a runtime application. What is the meaning of runtime application? Here, Mr. End user there, sit on chair. Okay, and then this is a command prompt. In a command prompt window, now is running Java edition. Okay, when he run Java edition, control will go from here to, control will go here to edition class main method. Now edition class main method in return should ask him, Array Chitti, enter first number, enter second number, take your result. Okay, enter first number 10, enter second number, let's say enter 20, and then program execute result is 30 coming. So in order to read value from command prompt from end user, what are the steps I need to write code? Just there are 3 steps are there, buddy. Just 3 steps. Step number 1. First I must connect to keyboard. First I need to connect to keyboard from Java program. Okay, first we need to connect to keyboard. Second, after connecting to keyboard, we should know first how to connect to keyboard you should learn. After connecting to keyboard you should learn how to read values from keyboard you should learn. After connecting, how to read. Okay, try to understand, very important. Whenever you are reading values from the keyboard, you entered value 10. This 10 is looking like a 10. No. Any value you entered from the keyboard and passing to our program, that value is coming as a string. Very, very important point. Remember, the value always coming from the keyboard to Java program as a string. Double quotes 10, double quotes 20. So tell me, double quotes 10, can I store in a variable? No, because double quotes 10 is what? It is a string. String cannot be stored in int variable. No? Compiler throw error. Now, what is the third step I need to learn? How to convert primitive values. PV means primitive values, primitive value from string format to own form. Okay, string format to its own type, let's say. String format to its own type. How to convert primitive value from string format to its own type. If you learn these 3 points, that's all. Reading runtime values from the keyboard is completed. Hope you all understand. Okay, how can we convert? First, you need to learn how to connect to keyboard. Then how can we read values from keyboard? How can we read values in their original type? If you learn these three topics, now this story is completed. Everybody got clarity, Abuji? Students who are listening from the YouTube live, did you understand what I'm trying to teach today class? Yeah, this class will go for 4 days. Yeah, 3 to 4 days. Okay, this class will go for 3 to 4 days. Expecting all the people continue these 3 to 4 days YouTube live. This complete chapter I will give you YouTube live, requesting all you to follow. Okay, now shall we understand how to connect to keyboard? How can we connect to keyboard? Okay, so let us try to see how to connect to keyboard. Right, how to connect to keyboard? Yeah, simple here. Java supports 7 ways to connect to keyboard and read values from end user from keyboard. Actually, there are 9 ways. Okay, not 4 ways. Actually, 9 ways are there. Okay, no, actually 9 ways are there. 2 ways are deprecated. So that the 2 ways before buffer reader, you should also learn system.in. By using system.in. Okay, let me update it. Okay, no problem. I want to teach all approaches. Let me update. Actually, they are deprecated approaches. So I just not mention here. Let me also update. I will keep them, but I don't mention that here. Okay, no problem. Let me update. By using system.in. Next, by using data input stream. Using system.in by using data input stream. These two approaches also we will use. These are deprecated actually, but still I will teach you why they are deprecated, the problems, everything I will teach you. Deprecated means not in use. They are not good to use. They are creating some problems. So recommending not to use. Okay, in C, how many ways are there? Only two ways. In C language, we have only two ways. First way is using command line arguments. Second way is scanf. C++ also we have two ways, command line argument and cin. But in Java, we have command line and all these approaches. Okay, so we need to learn all these approaches. Now let's start working with the command line arguments. Reading runtime values from command line. Are you ready now? Reading runtime values from command line. Yeah. Okay, I will learn on Monday. Okay, we will try to understand all these approaches, how to read system in data input stream, buffer, reader, scanner, all these remaining things we'll discuss on Monday class. We will continue on Monday. So today I'm going to stop session here. Onwards, class will be 1.5 hour, 9:30 to 11. Okay, now 9:30 to 11 we have class, and Monday we'll start learning reading runtime values from command line. Okay, what is command line? What is command line arguments? Command line arguments application. Command line arguments passed in Java application. How can be passed? How they are reading? How to convert passed argument its type? Okay, we need to learn. So if I start this now, we cannot complete. Okay, in the middle I have to stop because these many points we discussed and programming it, right? Continuity is missing, so we'll start understanding these points on Monday class. Hope you understand today class. So with this topic, we'll start Monday. Okay, all these points are there in the material. I hope you are following the material. Xerox material number 2. Xerox material number 2, last chapter. Page number 86. Whatever I have explained slides, each slide is there. Same points are there. Just notes, material, everything is from this only. Okay, whatever I have typed there, same thing I have written. Okay, now page number 86, 87, 2 pages we have, all 2 pages are there. To learn command line arguments application wise reading and interview point of view, that is very, very important. Smriti Gopi, why you are asking me to give the overview? Already videos are there. Do you expecting something else I will teach other than video? You didn't watch videos? Can you please tell me? Do you want to have time to read video, to watch video? And then what do you want? I don't understand. IT background students one way, non-IT background students another way I teach. What do you want me to explain again? I don't understand. Why you want to waste time again in the class? Do you have any doubts? Ask me, buddy. I will explain you. Don't expect me to again explain. If you have any doubts, please ask. Express your doubts. Pranati, this material is there. Contact your administrator. He will share you. Okay, so hope you understand today class. Thank you so much. And in coming class, and we'll try start understanding all these points. Okay. Thank you all. So tomorrow, whatever we discussed up to now, all points you try to revise. Sunday is a revision day. Sunday is not a rest day. Don't take rest. Data types chapter, and I teach you student. You try to develop employee. You try to develop bank account. You try to develop laptop. You try to develop that Paytm object. You try to develop. Okay. Tomorrow Saturday na. Hey. Tomorrow Saturday na Friday, hey, Babu, Smriti, oh my God. Is it okay for you? Tomorrow Sunday, Nana, where are you? Okay, fine. Thank you. See you on Monday. People who missed yesterday class, that video I have already explained. Is that if you want, you can watch. Yesterday class video is this. Already there in our YouTube.
The table looks nice, na?
Choice kiski hai?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Renting from
Already there in
Furlenco
the
was
YouTube,
your
you can
idea,
watch.
right?
Okay.
790